So, today I'm here with Niek Kimmann. Niek is Olympian, World Champion BMX 2015 and Mother Survivor 2016. This is the second part about fundamental movements. Today we look at the squatting stream and squatting movement pattern, and I'll take you through a few variations that we are using. Let's start with the overhead squat. So in the overhead squat, you'll see that the upper body stays fairly upright and the knees come a little bit forward. So let's do 2 repetitions. Okay. Arms locked, slowly down, controlled, back up. Okay. Yeah. So you can see the bar stays right over the midfoot while he squats. Okay. So the next one we do is the front squat. The front squat, you hold the bar on the front of your shoulders. You have different variations holding the bar. You can use the clean grip, the cross grip, hands free, or with straps. The demonstration here is with the clean grip. So elbows focus straight ahead and the arm is more or less parallel with the ground. Just 2 reps is fine. Yeah, you can see he's doing a full squat. Same here, upper body fairly upright. Yeah. Next. The next variation, we've done the overhead squat, we've done the front squat, now we do the back squat. So the purpose of this video is not necessarily a technical overview, so we don't make a distinction between a high bar back squat and low bar back squat. So we demonstrate here the high bar back squat. Yeah, so have a look. One more. Yeah. One more. So what you can see here is Niek prefers to have the hands a little bit wider. Normally I like to have the hands a little bit closer, but it works for him and he's used to do that. So let's just go. So in this one you can see a little bit more of a forward lean than in the overhead squat and in the back squat, which is normal due to the bar position. So the next one is the box squat. The box squat is a variation of the back squat, squatting to a box. There are 2 different variations. One is where you sit on the box and come back up. That's the first variation we demonstrate. The second variation is where you use the box as a reference point of how deep you squat. So you keep the body under tension, very short and slight contact, and come back up. So let's start with the first one, where you sit down and squat back up. Yeah, so important here, keep the trunk under tension. Slowly down and come back up. Yeah. So you can modify the height here. On this one you see he's a little bit above parallel, but that's fine. So the next one is where we use it as a reference point, right? So slowly down, once you touch, come back up. Okay. Yeah. More? Once more. Okay, thanks. So everything we've done so far is a bilateral squat, which means squatting on 2 legs. What we like to use for a single leg variation, a unilateral, is the Bulgarian split squat. So Niek is going to demonstrate the Bulgarian split squat, also called rear foot elevated split squat, which means the back foot is on the bench and you're squatting on the front foot. Have a look. Good, thanks. No, it's okay. One side is enough. So we have the rear foot elevated split squat or Bulgarian split squat where the back foot is on the bench, but we can also do a front foot elevated split squat where we have the front foot on an implement. You can use a plate or small box and squat on the front leg. Important here, the bench shouldn't be too high, otherwise it becomes very difficult. So a plate is normally enough, or maybe 2 plates. Let's have a look. Yeah, maybe I need to stand a bit wider. Good, thanks. Enough. So what you want to see here is the knee is right under the hip, and you can also see, because of the front foot being elevated, he gets a little bit more range. He can get a little bit deeper than if the leg would be on the ground. So now we have the rear foot elevated split squat, front foot elevated split squat. The next logical progression is a split squat where both feet are on the ground. Have a look. Just 2 reps is fine. 1. Thanks. Good. So we can also do the single leg squat variation with our own body weight. A very typical one is the squat on the box, and the next one is the pistol squat where you do it on the ground. We start with the squat on the box. Let's have a look. Yeah, so you can have the hands in front for balance. Same here, you can see he gets much more range than the split squat on the ground, so he can go much deeper. One more. Thanks. This one was the single leg squat on the box. You can also do it on the ground. Some people refer to it as a pistol squat. So Niek is going to demonstrate that as well. So that one requires a bit more practice because you have to stretch the foot towards the front. One more. So there are multiple variations how you can do a single leg squat. So let's exemplary on this pistol squat. I want to show you can add some instability to it. So we can use a Bosu ball. You can have the Bosu round side up, or you can have the round side down. So for the demonstration purpose of this video, we do round side down. Again, it still remains a pistol squat, but it adds a little bit more of instability and balance to it. Yeah, so ideally you want to keep, just keep going, keep going. Ideally you want to keep that parallel with the ground, so the second repetition was much better than the first. Okay, this concludes the video about the squatting pattern. So again, the purpose of this video was not so much a technical overview, it was just to show how the squatting pattern can unfold in different exercises and which exercises we use in our training to train the squatting pattern. Yeah, so you can do it with a loaded bar, you can also do it with your body weight, and you can do it adding some instability. Most of the times we choose for the option where we load up rather than body weight and instability, but that's very much dependent on the demand of your sport and what the goal of your training are. Let's thank Niek for the help, and if there are any questions, you can leave a comment and I do my best to answer them.